Hello there, everybody. This is Amir with you. Just want to touch bases on making money on trucking. I said I was going to do some videos, and I guess I'll start off right now. Just thinking about what I tell a lot of people is get your ducks lined up in a row. What I mean is from the truck to trailer to the trucking company. Getting with a trucking company that offer you 85%, 80%, 88% is where you want to be. Really, 85%. You get with a trucking company with 85%, you pretty much can make money out here. A lot of companies, they want to, give you 75%, 70%. That's crazy because if you think about it, if you normally gross about $5,000 a week, and they're taking out 30% of your money, you're losing about $1,500 right then and there. $1,500 could go towards a truck payment, and that's per week. That's $1,500 in your pocket. So you basically have paid for everything just by not having, the right percentage rate. You never want to own a truck or be in a lease purchase or any owner-operated position and run it on mileage. And I say that because sometimes, Lowe's paying $3, $4, $5, $6 a mile. Matter of fact, I got a little gig I'm doing down here in Houston that I'm running literally 3 miles, and I'm making just $200 a load. But that's $50 a mile. If you use it with a company will pay you $1.25 a mile. I just ran a load earlier here today in Houston from La Porte to Pasadena for $300 and for 6.1 mile. So you don't want to run for mile when you call yourself owning a truck, and you got to buy the fuel, you got to buy the insurance because they're taking that out. The company's not giving you anything free, so it's a give and take situation. So I always be on the end where you're pretty much taking what you deserve. So with that being said, be aware of those type of companies, people that's saying, "Oh, we're gonna pay for your base plate, your tags, and all that." That's fine. That's all good and that. But also, if they're paying for that, they're taking more on the percent. They're taking more from you, usually. And usually, if you add those amounts up, you've already paid for that 2 or 3 times within a year. So more money in the pocket, more money for maintenance, more money for things that you need to run your business and be successful, to have you and your family a lot more happier. When I talk about them ducks are so important to have them lined up in a row, because even if you have a crazy truck note, if you're leasing a truck from someplace, and you got a 16, well, let's say $2,000, $2,500 truck notes. When you're making all, basically more so of that percentage rate, it kind of balances it out a little bit better, and you can make money. A lot of lease purchase places, they have it's set up where you leasing a truck, you're paying $600-$700 a week for a truck, and then you only getting mileage, or you only getting what I want to say, a bad percentage. They're taking out 30%, and you're doing all the work. So it's gonna be hard to win. I did it for a year, and I pulled through until I was able to put myself in a better situation. So you always got to be looking for better situations. If you're in a situation like what I was just talking about, look for something else there out there, and you don't have to keep going through those terms of events, because those terms of events sooner or later will put you on the side of the road. Companies out there that promise you a lot, man, make sure that you looking back at them, asking questions. Don't be so quick to jump in it because it sounds good. Usually when it sounds good, there's some backdraws to it. But if you can, I'll tell anybody, the first step, once you get a truck, whether you went to the lot and got it, whatever, go get your base plates. Base plates usually run about $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for your tag. and that's at a portion 48 states. You got to do the 48 states the first year. Um, Once you do get the your tag, then your 2290 is $550. Most companies provide you with your IFTA stickers, and also put you on their insurance, which you pay through your settlements. If you're fortunate enough to go out there and get your own authority, don't let nobody fool you. Your authority is only about $400 to $500 one-time deal, and then you have to activate your insurance, which get insurance, which activates your authority, which they'll issue out your MC number. That takes about 30 days to do. From that point on, you're making all the money. You got 100% coming in if you do it that way, if you go full control. Now, I want to say, dealing with companies, you want to be with a company that you got most of the control, most of the power. If you're the owner operator, if you're the one who has to pay for all this stuff, then you need to have all the control. That means you're able to book your own loads, choose where you want to go, run the lanes that you want to run, and you'll be a lot happier driver. You can run, like they keep saying me, I just run Texas, but I have to use me because that's, I can give you more in my experience, straight experience, because this is what I do. I run Texas, and I negotiate with the brokers on the rates. They say, hey, I got this load, running 150 miles, 600 on it. Well, sounds good to me. But hey, let's ask for 650. And I'm always asking for $50 or $100 more or something. I remember I took one load from Temple, Texas to Wisconsin, and then did a turnaround, came back. They said, hey, I got it for 4,000. I said, well, what about 5,000? She put me on hold for about 15 seconds, and next thing I know, she gave me the 5,000. So negotiating is a key part of you making your money, because those little extra $50, $100 here and there can be, hey, a truck note, a whole truck note, So if you don't ask, they're not going to offer it to you. Their job is to get you to pull that load for as cheap as they can, which makes sense, right? It's a business. Ain't nothing personal about none of this stuff. It's all business. But before you even jump in a truck, you want to take the company, all that stuff you learned as a company driver, stopping, putting in fuel, just, hey, keep the fuel on full, this and that. The truck on full. That's flies out the window. You got to know the numbers. If you know the numbers, you can survive. If you know how many miles to the gallon that your tractor is running, you can basically make everything happen. Now you know how much fuel you need to buy per load. Buy your fuel per load, because most companies you lease on to, like everybody else, they got a cutoff time. And if you're between a load and you need to buy fuel, and a lot of times that fuel is taken out then and there on that specific day. And I used to tell people a lot of times back in the days, it's your money is either in your tank or your bank. A lot of people say, hey, I ain't get a paycheck this week, or something happened, my check was short. Well, it's in the tank or the bank. Usually you bought too much fuel, or your fuel, your truck, and you got all that fuel, all that money sitting in the tank. Sometimes with the cost of fuel nowadays, we can have $500-$600 sitting, of fuel sitting in the tank, and you done with the load. It makes no sense. That money could be in the pocket. So if you buy enough fuel to get you to each load and get you through each load, then every time there's a cutoff, you don't have anything. I look at it like flipping anything else. It's a business, it's a hustle. Learn the numbers, learn the math. You'll make it each and every time. Every mile you move, that mile has to pay. Learn how much it costs to operate your truck. Know your fixed costs. Know how much it costs per week or per month to operate your truck before you even get started. There's a lot of people, you got a $1,600 a month truck note. Well, of course you got to make $1,600. Then you got to add in your insurance and stuff like that. What your fuel going to be, where you run into, and kind of give you a principle, a good understanding, or some kind of base to say, okay, I need to make X amount of money. If I gross $5,000 this week, then after everything's said and done, you know, I at least got a $25 or $3,000 paycheck. And then from that point on, you can kind of see give you some type of motivation to say, okay, this is what I need to gross every week so I can bring home, you know, pretty much a same type of paycheck every week. But, well, it's been 10 minutes already. And I'm gonna get into this a little bit more, a little bit deeper. But I just want to touch bases on some of those things. Keeping those ducks in a row. Until next time, y'all have a good one. 10-4.